we're going to go over simple smartboard techniques. Now you'll notice the thing is that I've taken her computer away from her. She has no computer connected to this, and that's because you actually have a small computer in this. Now there's a whole bunch of other stuff we can do, but I've got about 20 minutes because I have to go pick up my kids, and I'm sorry, they're more important than you guys are. So what we're going to go over today is we're going to go over the whiteboard. Now as you've noticed is when you pull up the whiteboard right here, you can do numerous different things. Unfortunately, it doesn't recognize my fingers, okay? So it will recognize the pens for typing and writing and stuff like that, but it will not recognize your fingers. Your fingers are for moving stuff around. You'll notice you have a nice little grid right here that gives you a 9 size grid, okay? So if I want to write on something like here, do that. Look at my grid, move it around, okay? People in the back can't see, okay? Let's make it large. People in the back say it's too large. Let's make it small. 1 finger is for moving. 2 fingers are for sizing. So big, small, and whoa. And if we get really cool with it and get the actual dimensions right, we can do some 3D rotation and make everybody sick. So erasing, fist.
Is there any other way to erase other than touching the smartboard?
Yes, there is. You can turn it off. Depending on if you can get it exactly right. I don't know if I can get this exactly right. If I can touch like this, I've got on the outside of the H. I can now come here to this. I can duplicate, I can delete, I can convert the text. I can do an infinite cloner, which means I can have tons of these around, or I can lock it so it doesn't move. So your answer, delete, poof, it's gone. Now, my problem is that I'm a teacher and I'm busy, and tomorrow I'm off and I need a sub plan, but I've got stuff I need the sub to teach, and you know, it'd be wonderful if they didn't have to log into my machine to do something. It'd be wonderful if there was a way to have my smartboard, to have all my information there that the sub could just come in, touch, and poof, my sub plan would be on the board. You know, it would be amazing if I could make something like that on a smartboard, so all I had to do was touch, and everything that I'd written before was already there. Well, there is. And let's see if I can get this like this. Okay, so now, this is stuff that I've already done, and I'm going to get this smaller. Ooh, I'm going to try to get this smaller, see if it likes me. There we go. Oh, I want about this side, and we're going to start up top here, okay? So, I don't quite have the touchdown just yet because I don't use all these all the time. So, why smartboards are awesome? Very important question. Number 1, where is the answer? Well, it's very easy where the answer is. I just told you it has 9 different sets that you can use, so the answer is down below. And the next one is, can I save this? Well, you just saw me pull it up from the board, so the answer to that is correct. So what I'm going to do is I'm now going to scroll. So answer 1, the answer's here. It was underneath. So that means, what can I do? Well, you can put all your questions, and then after they come in, sit down, they can start on the questions, and you're okay, everybody check their answers, change their paper, let's check the answers. All you have to do is scroll up. You don't have to be sitting here writing at the board. You don't have to worry about if your spelling's correct, because I know mine's not. And you can have that. Can you save this? Well, you just saw me pull it up. You can save it to the board itself. So let's say that you need a sub-plan for Friday. Oh, we don't have Friday. Well, not this Friday. Next Friday. You need a sub-plan for next Friday. You could work on it, put it on the board, save it, and then tell your sub, hey, it's on the board. Just go to the board and pick it up, and everything will be okay. 2 more questions. Oh yes, there is a quiz at the end of this. I forgot to mention that because I'm evil that way. So, question 3, can I use photos? Question 4, how can I change fonts? Can I use photos? It's a whiteboard. Why do you want to use photos? I mean, look at the whiteboard. Do you see any photos there? No, you had to print stuff out. Can I use photos? Of course you can. So here's the photo of the water cycle, and so I want to come up here. See, look right here, make sure you study condensation, and of course we want the precipitation that's right here. Name the type of precipitation. We have rain, we have more rain, and we have more rain, because this is Okinawa and it never snows. Now, I can't read that because I studied to be a doctor, and look where I am. I am now a teacher. So I want my students to be able to read my handwriting. Good luck with that. If you come over here to the pen, there's this pen that has the A and A right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose that. And I'm going to make it a little bit thicker, and I'm going to make it a different color, just because that's how I am. And I'm going to write rain. And I'm going to give it a sec, and if it can read it, it will automatically change it so that you guys can understand what I have just said. Is it smart enough to do cursive? Yes, it is, but not quite. I mean, it's close. Is A smart? Now it's just talking to me, okay? So you can do a lot of different things on this board without ever having to touch a computer. Well, how'd you get the photo there? We didn't see that. You didn't tell us. You just said it could do photos. Very good. So you come over here, you have a bunch of little things. There's a little thing that looks like a mountain with a plus on it. So let's go plus. I want web content. I want to start searching for something, and I want the water cycle. Water cycle. Whoops, if I could type, cycle, search. I want an image, give it a little bit. Poof, poof, poof. You can notice that there's the same picture. It looks amazingly familiar, which is why it was so fast to come up, because it's already on the board. And it will continue to go through and give me the other ones that it finds. So I'm going to take this one. I'm going to grab it by touching it. Come on. I've got way too much on this board right now. So you just touch it, grab it, and leave it over. At the moment, I've got way too much on the white, so it's not going to work, because I've got a video on this and all sorts of other things on this. Yes, once you start filling it up, it starts slowing down. As you can tell, it's slowing down. But you basically just drag and drop it. Okay, so that was your first class. So that was start number 1. Let's go to number 2. Yes, second period. Hammer time. Video. Put it on. Give it a little bit to pop up. And I will actually get it. It might be because I'm underneath her student account. There we go. Poof. And you have a video in the middle of your SMARTboard. So I want my students to be able to see this. You can go ahead and plan it. Okay, I'm done. I don't want to see this anymore. Press the back button, and we're back to where we began. So we're talking about multimedia inside of your whiteboard. I have not touched a computer. Now we're going to go up. Really? Yes, I'm sorry. I had to do MC Hammer. Okay, now. Wow. What else can this do? Well, if I can get it right. I had all this worked out perfectly, and everything worked perfectly when you guys weren't here. And it's just you guys are all here. You can do different colors, different fonts. If you don't like the coloring scheme is up, I want a specific color of green. Okay, fine. Come here. There's a white circle here. That is not a white circle. This is actually, I want to choose a specific color. I want this with this right there, and that's the color I want, and that's the color I have. Okay? If you're artistic, I am not artistic. What else can we do? Well, every class likes to have a timer. So, 5-second timer, play. Did you answer the question soon enough? Obviously not, because the timer went off. So, can I change the timer? I don't like the round timer. I want something else. So, click on the timer, click here, and go to Settings. In Settings, we can choose numerous different things. Number 1, I don't like the style. I like my rectangular timer. That looks a lot nicer. The bell's not good enough. You know, I want something else. Okay, we'll change it to that. You can have it count up too if you want to see how long it takes people to do something. So let's say you're doing a science experiment and you want everybody to start and do something for a specific amount of time. Okay, start. And you can go on. And once they hit that, they go to the next one. I don't like the color. Okay, fine. Let's change it. Now we're done with that. We have our timer. We've changed it to applause. It is seconds, minutes, and hours. I probably really shouldn't be using hours. Hit play. You can see it goes around. I like the circle one because it looked like a giant bomb. And you're done. Okay? Gives you an easy way to have a timer, to have stuff. Okay, you're going to be reading for 10 minutes. Okay? We're going to have a read for 10 minutes. When the applause go off, we're going to move on to our next thing. Randomization. Okay? Each of you, I'm going to put you in different groups. I'm going to assign groups. Okay? You are now group number 4. You, okay, I'm going to put you in a group. Come on, you can do it. You're group 3. Okay? Or I want to call on different students. So instead of always calling on the same student or stuff like that, I touched it wrong. It didn't like that. There we go. Hess.
How'd you put that in there?
Okay, yes, the important question. You're using all these toys. How'd you get them? Okay, so right here, you see the 4 blocks right here. You click on this. You have widgets. These widgets will allow you to do different things. I already have the timer and the dice, so let's put a clock on. Clock, and it disappeared because it didn't like it. There we go. Now I've got my clock, okay? It's an analog clock. Nobody can read an analog clock.
Yeah, I know. What time is that, sir?
It's the math teacher's fault.
Yes. I'm going to go to settings.
Elementary, not middle.
So there. Now are you happy? Now you can read the clock. You can set it to 24 hours. You can hide the seconds. You can pause it, and you can reset it as well. It's basically just using the timer functionality for the clock. Okay, so you can do a lot of stuff just with the whiteboard. You don't really need to have a computer connected to do 95% of the stuff that you're doing in your class. Yes, I know there's going to be that 5% that you have to have a computer connected, and for that you'll have HDMI cables and stuff like that.
We decided it was DVDs, like if you're going to do a DVD.
Yes, so if you want to watch a DVD or something like that, I am looking to try to get DVD players that you can just plug in, okay? Because your computers don't have CD-ROMs. They don't have DVDs. So why use a computer just when you're trying to watch a DVD, because it's not connected to that anyway, except for you CTE people who already have all the good stuff. So
if I had one of those DVD drives that plugs into my computer through a USB?
Would not plug into that because your computer's reading, the technology reading from that, it has to be one of the international DVD players that plug in using HDMI. Now in some classes, they'll also have the smart document camera connected through this too. You don't have to have the smart document camera connected to a computer. You can connect it directly to your SMARTBoard. So, the age-old question, how long is it? Of course, I'm going to get in trouble for this bit here. Some people will think it's 5 inches. That fish I caught, however, was this big. So you can bring up different widgets to do different things. It doesn't have the widget I need. Well, ask. We can see if we can get the widget added. How did we add widgets? I got no clue. But we can find out. I've had this for about a month. Now, the biggest thing that you guys doing is like, oh, I want to play Jeopardy with my kids. I want my kids to have something interactive. I want to do that. Well, guinea pigs, come up and get a computer, please. Log in. Now, this is Lumio, also known as Smart Notebook, because Smart Notebook bought Lumio. So, our wonderful teacher in the back got online on the Lumio, and she created a quiz. This quiz allows your students to participate. Now, one of the good things about this quiz is they don't have to be in class to participate. If you have kids on ROM and you want them to be able to participate, they just need to have the code. They can log in and they can go. So how do we get students in? Well, students need to go to hellosmart.com. When you go to hellosmart.com, you do not have to log in. You can log in as a guest. However, keep the names friendly, okay, kid friendly. And then type in this code right here. So please, everybody, go in Edge or Chrome, doesn't matter which one you're in, and go to hellosmart.com, log in as a guest, and put in this number right there. Okay, so you can see your kids here. You notice it all says guest. Like I said before, if you log in with your student.we.edu email for your students, it will bring up their names so you can tell who's who. I don't like one of the people. Somebody showed up I didn't want in. Come to edit, choose it, and you can kick them. Okay? Not going to do that. So we're going to start. Yeah, if they've chosen an inappropriate name too. I'm going to start for the class. It does take a little bit of time to load up. It's not the fastest thing in the thing, as you can see. There we go. Depending on how much she has her sound out, it can be very, very loud. There we go. So, brings up here, I'm going to divide you guys into teams. Click divide into teams. We have 8 students. 4 teams, why not? It will automatically divide you in teams, but let's say, oh no, this person and this person shouldn't be together. You can move them if you want. I'm lazy, I'm not going to do that. Start the quiz. You will have 10 seconds to answer the questions. You are playing by yourselves. Please answer your questions. Go. You can also see the progress of each of the teams. Lava slingers have just gone to sleep and don't really care. So, we're going to end the quiz. Boop, boop, boop. There we go. Now, the good thing about this.
Wait, we're the box busters.
So, box busters, okay, yeah, but you only got 62%.
Yeah, that's.
Case crashers did really good. Class review. What we have here, okay. What happened when the liquid water was heated? Evaporation. Most of you got that right. Very good. However, clouds formed when air pressure was all over the place. I guess we need to study that a little bit more.
Wow.
This one too, what do you call the process? Okay, once again, about half got it right, half got it wrong. We need to go over that a little bit more. So this is a good way for you to double check, give a review, figure out where your students are coming, if they do understand the material or not. Like I said, as long as they have a computer connection, they can still join regardless of if they're in the class or not in the class. It's just, it's the timing issue. If you say, okay, at 10 o'clock, we're going to start this, everybody join in that wants. Even if they're on ROM, they can still join in and do this and see what's on the board here, just like you guys did. I am working with some other teachers to figure out exactly how far we can push this. The only detriment to this is that there's no audio right now, so they can't hear you as you're talking. But besides that, they can see everything that you do on the board.